What's up, boys? We're back here with another video. We're going back to our roots a little bit with this one. Just some gym stuff, you know, nothing crazy. But today I just want to talk about the difference between like weights and calisthenics and why you need to basically do both, right? So a lot of people, they get like trapped in this weird dichotomy of either gonna be fully weights, full protein, I'm weighing 500 pounds, I'm on my bulk permanently, or they're on this calisthenics shit where it's like, weights? Nah, nigga, I'm allergic to those. I don't even know what those are. I've never been in a gym before, nigga. I just get in my pull-up bar, I just do my push-ups, I just do this, that, and the third. Fuck a weight, nigga. And the thing is, like, both of these mindsets make no sense. Because the best things in life happen when you combine two already good things and combine them into an even better whole, right? So, for your gym program, if you're on either one of these sides, if you're only exclusively doing like weights, or if you're only exclusively doing calisthenics, you're leaving so much on the table by not actually going to the other side and, you know, actually investigating it, you know? So, what that looks like, right? I'm mostly weight focused because for me, it's just easier to modify and to like build up and to scale to progressively overload with that, right? But other people, they might like calisthenics more, right? So the key is you can still do what you like. If you enjoy calisthenics more, then go ahead. I enjoy weights more, so I'm gonna do that. But I'm gonna still incorporate some calisthenics, right? So what does this look like in practice, right? It's just simple movements. You don't need to go crazy with it. You don't need to do the most. Just literally do some simple, basic ass movements, right? And so what does this look like? So for me, for my push days, I usually do a lot of pull-ups or a lot of push-ups, a lot of dips, things like that. Because for one, it helps you actually get comfortable with your own body weight, right? A lot of people who just lift exclusively with weights, they haven't ever actually used that strength in terms of like maneuvering and adjusting their own body. And so because of that, sometimes they may be actually worse at movements than people who do exclusively calisthenics, not because they're weaker, but because they simply haven't practiced move with motion as much and they aren't as used to it, etc., right? So that's for weightlifters, right? If you're doing calisthenics exclusively, then you need to incorporate some weights, especially for legs and really strong muscles like that, you know, shoulder shrugs, your traps and all that. It's going to be incredibly difficult for you to progressively overload if you're trying to do that with calisthenics, right? Because those are incredibly strong muscles. And it's going to, like, I'm recording in a public space. This shit ain't working. Cut. The joys of recording in a public space, right? So sorry for the interruption. But as I was saying, if you're mostly doing weightlifting, you need to throw in some calisthenics. So for push day, that looks like push-ups, dips, things like that. For pull day, if you're doing PPL like me, pull day, that's pull-ups, weighted pull-ups. You can just get like a belt and just start like literally just higher pull-up weights. Just do that and you'll see better progress. You'll feel more mobile, you'll feel like less stiff, things like that, right? And if you're mostly calisthenics, you simply can't like train muscles as well as you can with weights. And if you're calisthenic, so if you're mostly weights like me, right? If you're a push day, you're gonna want to do something like push-ups, dips. You're gonna do like them with like a weight on your back or something like that. There's lots of different ways to modify these. But you want to do some of these movements because if you exclusively do weightlifting, then for one, you're going to have poor body control. And then for two, you're going to get really stiff and achy around certain points. Because especially as you go higher, it's going to put increasingly higher stress on your joints. So if you don't have any mobility by doing any calisthenics, if your muscles are like only habituated to doing very specific movements, it's just going to like lead to higher injury. You're gonna be more stiff. You're not gonna be as flexible. It's just a bad time all around. And if you're doing calisthenics, then you have the opposite issue. For maybe smaller muscles, it can definitely be really effective and you can obviously scale it up. But for bigger muscles like your legs or your traps or your shoulders and everything, it's going to be incredibly difficult to actually like load them up to the point that it's actually like stressing them out, right? And so for things like that, that's where the weights come in, right? So for legs, for quads, for your glutes, for your hamstrings, all that good stuff, you kind of need to do some weights, man. You can do like 500 squats if you want to, but like, let's be real, that's pretty fucking inefficient. That takes a lot of time. That takes a lot of like mental focus and all that. I'm sure it stretches you out, but like, you could do 500 squats, or you could just load up a barbell and do like, I don't know, like 3 sets of 8 squats for whatever weight you need to, right? Like, it just saves you time. It actually like gives the stimulus that you need to actually grow the muscles in the first place. And it also like strengthens your tendons a little bit. I'll talk about tendons in a separate video, but tendon strength is a really underlooked and underappreciated part of fitness. And one of the best ways to increase your tendon strength is to almost slightly overload what you can do right now and just see how that feels for you, right? So let's say right now I'm benching like 2 plates, right? For those of you who don't know, that's 225 pounds. If I want to strengthen my like arm and chest tendons, whatever the case may be, then I'll maybe load up to like 245, maybe 255. And instead of like doing the full like rep all the way down, I'll literally just pick up the bar and put it back down. So like what this does for one is that it psychologically like helps you like be more comfortable with the weight. I see this a lot even with myself sometimes, where I almost mentally block myself from doing a weight because I'm just not comfortable with it, because it seems like out of my like range. And if you literally just like with the bench press, for example, if you just stack it up more than usual, like maybe 20 pounds extra on each side, if you just do that and just lift up the bar, it'll be really hard at first and you'll feel like you're stupid when you're doing this, right? It doesn't matter. But it'll be really hard at first, but then it's almost like you get more adjusted to the weight, right? You still don't necessarily bench it, but just picking it up and just literally physically picking up the weight, it does wonders for just like your mental and knowing that you can actually do the weight in the first place, right? And the second part of that is that when you really kind of not like super like go over what you can do, but when you slightly go beyond what you can do, then it kind of gives your tendons the stimulus to get stronger, to grow bigger, to get, you know, just more tendon, right? So that's a separate video, that's a separate topic. But seriously, if you're in either one of these camps, you need to know, bro, like, stop being so dogmatic. Your way is not the way. Because if you really look at it, weightlifting is kind of just calisthenics, but like with weights. Calisthenics is weightlifting without weights. Like, that's a very basic way of like looking at it, but they're kind of the same thing, right? At the end of the day, you're moving your body to try and build muscle. We all have the same goals, so we might as well achieve them in the most like efficient, best way possible, rather than like being stuck in our ways and not like seeing other options simply because, oh, we don't do that, no, I don't do that. So that's it for this video. I have a program down in the description below. It's a gym program that's gonna take you from never being in the gym to getting the lean, aesthetic, muscular body that you've always wanted. No BS, no weird diets, no like super strange protocols, no like killing yourself in the gym 50 hours a week. It's gonna be simple, tailored, and with literally every single piece of advice and every single ounce of knowledge that you need to know to succeed. If the internet turned off tomorrow and you had my guide, you would literally be able to achieve maximum gym success for the rest of your life. So click the link in the description down below if you're interested in that. That's it for this video. More videos on the way, as I keep on saying. I really want to get more and more kind of in tune with this, pumping out more content. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'll see you on the next one. The only way is up. Peace.